Thanks for staying with us. A nationwide shutdown has been called on the 5th of July by the left parties to protest against the fuel price hike. The party leaders met in Delhi this morning. Tamil Nadu-based parties too, including the AIADMK, CPI, CPM and the MDMK, have issued a joint statement expressing support for the protest. AIADMK General Secretary Ms. Jayalalitha has announced that her party will lead the protest in the state. They have also called for public support for the general strike as the fuel price hike is expected to take a toll on the prices of essential commodities as well. The leaders from parties such as the Indian National League, All India Forward Bloc and Movendar Munani Kadagam condemned the ruling DMK for not speaking up against the hike.
The non-Congress, non-BJP parties met and decided yesterday that on July 5th there must be a total stoppage of work throughout India to protest against the unjustified hike in the fuel prices. And further, we are appealing to the other non-ruling parties in Tamil Nadu to cooperate with us because they also agree that this price hike will create lot of problems for the working people.
Now, as the Chennai police comes down heavily on rave parties and drug users, the enterprising ones are finding newer and ingenious ways to fuel their drug frenzy. The new destination for users and partygoers is the World Wide Web, where drugs are available very easily and shipped securely. Everything from LSD to cocaine to ecstasy and even ketamine that's so often busted in Chennai. This has left the cops to now devise ways of tackling this new challenge, the challenge of stopping dangerous internet dope from flooding Singara, Chennai. We're gonna have a hot tonight.
At a rave party on Chennai's East Coast Road, youngsters under the influence of drugs dancing the night away to the beats of a Russian DJ. Similar scenes at another bash in the city not long ago. Adrenaline pumping drugs and foot-stomping high BPM music. Mercifully, these are not too common in Chennai because the police claim to have been monitoring the party drug scene.
Don't get hard drugs nowadays, and even what little is brought in, it will be sort of adulterated, mixed with a lot of other substances and made to appear as a hardcore drug. So peddling is very few. I don't think there's any peddling as far as Chennai city is concerned in terms of hard drugs.
But look at this and you will realize how the Chennai police is being outwitted by desperate drug users. On the internet, order any drugs, from ecstasy to LSD to herbal cocaine to even MDMA. And here's proof. This bottle called Rave contains 20 pills of ecstasy and can be shipped from London at a price of just £20. Then look at this pink bottle called Coke N, advertising itself as a legal alternative to cocaine but containing similar laboratory chemicals. And this one called Explode, billed as an alternative to drugs like ketamine, for which Chennai has emerged as a major transit point. What's more surprising is the ease with which they can be ordered, even at discounted rates. Shipping is done in a week.
We have not had any instance of ketamine abuse in Chennai so far. But whereas its movement towards Southeast Asia is quite increased, and I think almost all the agents are doing a good job on that.
But is that an illusion? Considering the online trade of hardcore drugs that often goes undetected, not only is the Chennai police worried, police departments across the world are now thinking of ways to curb the proliferation of internet trade in Class A drugs. But while the police grope for a solution, the racket goes on with impunity. Even if the streets of Chennai have been mopped clean of party drugs, it's the internet that partygoers are logging into for their next surreptitious bash on East Coast Road. Sai Manish for NDTV Hindu.
A quick update now from the world of business. Shakti Patra gets you the highs and the lows from the markets today.
Probably it's about time Indian markets played catch up with global markets, because it's difficult to imagine that bulls in India can have a party of their own when global markets are selling off. Today China closed at a new 52-week low, and in this kind of a scenario, Indian markets hitting a new 52-week high looks very unlikely. Intraday charts, we had a low opening. Most of Asia was trading low when we opened for trade, but after that a very clear downtrend. Now this is the kind of trend we haven't seen in the market for a very long time, but unfortunately for bulls it came on the way down. The bottom around 245.3 in the afternoon, then a bit of a pullback, but still Nifty ending about 1.5% lower, but holding on to that big technical support at 52.54. What went lower? Usual suspects, metals, trouble in China, and these are the first stocks that took a bit of a knock. Hindalco down 5%, Sesa Tata Steel losing 3 to 4% in trade, and the BSE Metal Index lost about 3%. The other pack, again usual suspects, high beta, markets went low 1.5%. This entire pack lost 3%. HDIL, Unitech, most real estate names lost anything between 2 to 4% in trade. The other pack which has been a bit of a iffy kind of a trade for the last 2-3 days is the banking pack. Today it lost about 1%. When the base rate was announced by SBI around 132 in the afternoon, that got a bit of a bump up, but by close they had all sold off between 2% to 3% in trade. Most private sector names here lost about 2.5% in trade. Now the Nifty held on to a big technical support at 52.54. If we close below that tomorrow or day after, we can probably for sure say that all this rally has managed is a low top below the April highs, and probably it also means that we are back to about 5,000 to 5,100, and that range bound trade just continues.
Well, still ahead on the bulletin, it may be India's national game, but the game of hockey is in quite a miserable state in our country. That and more sports news coming up on the other side.